They will threaten you with the police. They will lie to the police about what actually happened, which you can tell when they don't let you listen to what they're saying. They will film you from far away, turn off the camera, and then tell the story that suits them. And they will even physically assault you. Hey guys, don't study the Bible with Jehovah's Witnesses. They will lie through their teeth to you about it. Do yourself a big favor. Oh. Hey, how's it going? Good. How's it going, sir? Hey, man. Finally don't need my gloves in Vancouver. I brought them, but it's warm enough for me to not wear them. You are invited. You know, there's some literature circulating right now that looks just like this, but instead of your cult propaganda, it's got the truth about Jehovah's Witnesses on it. I tried putting some up, but wow, did you guys rip it down in a hurry. You ripped it down so fast. Hey, how's it going? Don't study the Bible with Jehovah's Witnesses, you guys. They are prepared to lie through their teeth to you about what they actually believe. They know. People know. You're not helping anybody but yourselves feel superior. Because when you get an opportunity to really defend your faith, this is what you turn into. This is what you turn into. Why don't you quote a scripture? Why don't you tell me what a disgusting, deceitful, wicked apostate I am? Come on, let me have it. Let me have it.
I'm just talking to my students. I don't need to talk to
So you guys saw that I was the bad cop just there, just then. I thought, let me do a bad cop, good cop, and come to this location and be the good cop and just have a conversation, see if they'll let me have a conversation. And you notice that they're not here, because this is a public place. So that's the public place. That's, you saw from the other video that those other two places were publicly accessed private pieces of property. So I guess they get to call transit there. If they were here, they wouldn't be able to call transit. So, hey, officer, he's talking to you about me. Hey, let's go. Can I ask what he said?
No.
I can't ask you what he said.
Yes, you can ask.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I'm asking is because they're quite comfortable lying to you guys about people like me.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
You will.
I can make the determination for myself.
That another police officer was lied to about me. Good. This is how you control a situation. This is how you do it. It's amazing how they turn into you when it suits them. Anyway, yeah. What can I do for you?
I didn't actually call you, but you popped up.
Well, he's talking to you about me.
How do you know?
Because he was calling you, and I was talking to him 2 minutes ago. Unless somebody else has come in the last couple of minutes, he's talking to you about me.
So do you think that?
What did he say?
Do you think that that's warranted?
See, you ask all the questions, right?
You can have an opportunity to ask.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what he said.
Yeah,
so there's
okay.
your answer.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay? Except to say that they're trying to mind their own business. And excuse me. And
I didn't say anything.
pardon me?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. You're about to. And I don't like being interrupted. I'll give you a chance to speak. We can both take turns. So I can say that they were minding their own business, and you approached them. Okay. I guess there may be a history. This has happened before. Okay. Yesterday? Were you here yesterday?
You guessed.
Were you here yesterday?
You guessed there may be a history. No, I wasn't.
Okay. All right. How's it going, man? Not bad. Okay. Well, my supervisor apparently was talking to you yesterday, so I wasn't here yesterday.
Manning?
Yeah. See, very
Yeah.
good. So you do remember it as far back as yesterday, then. So listen.
That's amazing.
Listen.
You saw what you just did right there.
Listen.
You saw what you just did right there.
I'm not really particularly
Insulting my memory.
No, I'm saying that you do remember. That's not insult.
Wasn't here. It was at Burrard Skytrain.
Okay. Wherever it was, you've had some dealings with regards to the Jehovah's Witness. And
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, can you not leave them alone? I'm a peacekeeper.
That's a really good question.
I'm a peacekeeper.
That is a really good question. Stuart.
Miles.
Miles. Nice to meet you, Miles.
I'm a peacekeeper.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not here to jack you up or, you're not under arrest for anything. This is not. But if we can have a mature adult conversation where we can mutually accept each other's role. Your role is
in keeping the peace. Yeah.
I mean, now, regardless of your feelings about the Jehovah's Witness and what they do and their beliefs and all of that, if you notice all of these people that walk through the area,
right,
they're able to carry on without sort of confrontation.
Okay.
That's all we ask of you.
Okay.
Are you able to do that, Stuart?
Do I have to do that
Well,
exactly the way
so
they do that.
I guess the fact of the
Do I?
matter is do you want to
Do
have
I?
numerous
Do I
police?
have to pass through and not talk to them exactly the
You
way
can do
all these
whatever
people
you
do?
like,
Okay.
but the other side of it is some choices that you make
Right.
could be detrimental,
Okay.
right? Or draw police attention
Okay.
needlessly.
Did they? May I ask what they said? The first thing I said to them was.
Well, I'm not getting into he said, she said. Like I said,
See, that's
like
kind
I
of where
said.
I start to get a little itchy.
Why?
Because they are quite comfortable lying to you.
Well, that may very well be true.
They are quite comfortable lying to you, especially when it comes to former believers.
Okay.
They believe that people who leave that religion have turned their back on the creator of heaven and earth. They have rejected his love, and it is only a matter of time before they either respond to that love and come crawling back, or they die at Armageddon.
Okay.
So when people leave this organization, they are faced with arguably the most crushing set of obstacles they're ever going to face in their life because of the way Jehovah's Witnesses paint the world. You included, actually.
I understand that.
You are serving Satan.
I'm somewhat familiar.
Everything you serve is going down, and when you die, unless you agree with him. So people who leave the organization lose all contact with their families, all contact with the friends and people they've built up relationships with over their entire life, and many of them dive into drugs and alcohol if they don't kill themselves, because the idea of going through life having turned their back on the greatest friend they're going to ever have, the creator of heaven and earth, is just too much. So people like me have sort of escaped the prison of Watchtower. It's a mental prison. And in the process of leaving, we are recording Jehovah's Witnesses at these carts so we can show one another. Yeah, I'm recording you too. They are treating people who leave this organization like we are dirt, and it's okay to lie to the police about what gets said. Like, I was out here a couple of weeks ago, and the sister came out, and the first thing she said to me was, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the police. Like that, like a total panic junkie. I'm going to remain calm. But then when she calls you guys, she takes the phone.
I'll be with you. Where are you hanging out? Yeah.
Oh, I actually just came to give you because I haven't seen you in a while. I came to give you an update on how.
That's why I'm asking where you're hanging out.
I'm just walking by, but I'm a Rain City outreach worker now. I deal with people that are homeless, that are on drugs. I help them get into VSOPs, get off drugs, find housing, get them welfare, find jobs, all this and that.
As you can see, I'm busy right now. If I track you down, whereabouts are you going to be?
Well, I actually start work at 5 o'clock, but I'm actually going to go help those two because they're looking for housing.
Cool.
But I haven't seen you in a while, so I just wanted to let you know for the past 2
I
years.
can't remember your first name.
Jeremiah.
That's right, Jeremiah. And what's your dog?
Mr. Bush.
Right on, Jeremiah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm making $28.50 an hour. I'm working
That's
nice.
better
5 days
than
a week and
before.
taking on overtime and doubles. And tomorrow we have the first annual snowboard trip that I've organized for the past 4 years.
Right on, Jeremiah. Thank you for
Just
reminding
wanted to
me.
let you know that we're not all lost causes.
I never thought you were. Not me.
I love that you talk to him, because he's been through some stuff too. You can tell. People like me have been through some stuff. She came right out. The first thing she said was, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the police.
I'm
Sure.
going to update them because they're wondering where I
That's cool, yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. I know this is the second time you've been interrupted. But
That's cool.
One Alpha 7.
I find I'm actually a much more patient person since I left that cult.
I'm still at Rebel, and I'm with Okay.
So I come out, and the first thing she says is, I know who you are, and if you don't leave, I'm going to call the police. And then she picks up her phone, and then it's like, oh, hi, officer, I've asked this bad man to leave, and he won't leave. So I'm saying, like, the hypocrisy. Because they're God's true servants, it's okay for them to come out and threaten me with the police like that. But then when they call you, it's, please, officer, come help us from the bad man. And I'm not a bad man. I've just got some questions to make, some points to make about their organization that nobody told me once upon a time. And they can't handle it. And they kind of play this game where they go to private, publicly accessed areas. Like they have a permit to be here. I don't have a permit to be here. That's what Manny was saying yesterday at Burrard. He's like, Stuart, no, this isn't public property. This is private, publicly accessed property. So that was an education. I was like, okay, so don't go talk to them at Burrard SkyTrain. So I'm thinking that's the same. See, so they anticipate this kind of situation so that when it suits them, they think they have the right to come call you like their bulldog to get rid of people like me. And the thing is, people like me don't lie to them. We don't threaten them with the police. We don't film them from across the street, which she did right over here, and one of the sisters, and then she ran away when I went up to her. Yeah, but I'm filming the whole thing.
So,
I'm filming the whole thing.
I'm not sure I understand.
So the point that I'm making is that I was standing here showing them some documentation. She was filming me. I went up closer up to her
Yeah.
to show her what I was filming, and before I even crossed the street, she put the phone away and didn't want to see what I was holding up, the documentation, right? So, like, that's another example. And of course, one of the Jehovah's Witnesses in Burrard physically pushed me, and this guy actually just touched me now. So what I'm saying is that when it suits them to dominate a situation as God's favorite, one and only earthly channel of communicating his message to humankind, they feel good about that. But when somebody comes along who's left the religion, who isn't a drug addict, who isn't diving into hedonism, who isn't totally depressed or who hasn't killed themselves, can get themselves together to come and try to talk to them about their religion, they come down like they are the cops themselves. And when we don't let them get away with that, they call the actual cops, which, if you knew what they believe, it's like it redefines hypocrisy. They have possibly redefined the word hypocrisy by calling you that. So, I don't know what to do, but I know something has to be done, so, like, what do I do?
So a suggestion is, like most people, carry on with your life.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's one thing to, you know, say hello, or
Right.
I disagree, or
Right.
you know, I'm not happy with you guys based on my past experiences, but you know what, have a nice day, because I'm a civil guy, I'm a good guy. That's what you're telling me you are.
Yeah.
And yet it's almost like you're seeking them out.
Well, I'm doing an activism that has only been made possible with social media and the internet being what it is.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm able to help people who are struggling with leaving this cult to not think that what they've had drilled into them their whole life is true. There are good people outside of the organization. They are cult members. They do every chance they get not want to hear from ex-members, and this is the kind of thing that they resort to.
Okay. So is it fair to say then that you are seeking them out?
Well, they're here all the time.
Yeah. And at Burrard, obviously, you've come across them.
It's a means to an end.
Yeah.
Seeking them out at these carts is a means to an end. The end is uploading the footage to show that what can happen when.
I'm just going to suggest you not get into confrontations with people.
But that's the thing. That's why I wanted to talk to you about what they said to you.
I appreciate that.
So you see the hypocrisy, right?
The other part of it, though, is I'm not here to stir the pot. I'm here actually to open the pot, let the steam out, right?
Right.
Let everything sort of cool off.
That's cool,
right?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the thing is, I am cool. I am very calm with them.
I can see that. Well, I can see that you are with
So
me right now.
there's a difference between asking you some questions that make you uncomfortable and attacking you.
Right.
See, somebody starts asking you questions that kind of get under your nerves. You're the cop, so you don't kind of go. You're making me feel uncomfortable. If you keep asking me these questions, I'm going to call the police. You are the police. Like the public, we got to figure that out. And most pretty cool people can take an insult, can take being challenged, and be like, you know what, fine, whatever. But as soon as it happens to them, they go running to you. They misrepresent what people like me are saying and doing, and then I've got a police file on me now for criminal harassment because they're panic junkies, not because I criminally harassed them.
I want you to know in this case, this isn't what that is. This is not a criminal harassment.
Okay, that's cool.
This is, I wouldn't even barely call it a causing of a disturbance. I just call it a discrepancy between two parties.
Cool.
Okay.
So I've been involved in a discrepancy between two parties today. Okay.
And that's the way I'm going to write it
That's good. That's good. That's better than having a...
Can I confirm your name?
Sure, yeah.
Is it Stuart
You've got it.
Lefebvre?
Well, then file number is 181707.
Okay, yeah, that's what I
Make
have.
your life a little easier.
Stuart Lefebvre?
Yeah.
Is that how I pronounce your name?
Yeah.
Lefevre?
Lefebvre,
Is that
No.
Okay. What's the proper spelling you use?
Sure.
So I don't misspell. I mean,
See how honest I am. I'm giving you my name and address and whatever.
Exactly.
And I'd be totally cool with them standing right here listening to me. But as soon as they call you, they walk away. Why would you need to walk away from me if you're calling the police to talk about me?
Well, they're still here.
No, but you should see it. Trust me. You should see the
So
videos.
what's the proper spelling of your last name?
L-E.
L-E.
F-E.
F-E.
B-V. Yeah.
R-E?
No, yes, sir. Yeah. One of those tricky ones, yeah.
It's French Canadian.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
French Canadian. I'm actually Polish Yugoslavian. That's my adopted name.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your date of birth?
I'm going to decline giving you that info. Is that cool? Okay.
I can look it up.
Yeah, actually, like, I think
You're not obliged to give me your date of birth. That's fine.
I don't know. I got to navigate this world too, you know.
Yes,
so I don't know.
we all do.
Yeah.
And
I hear that's good advice.
We all have to navigate.
Except them.
Well,
they're waiting for it to be destroyed so they can get on with life in paradise. That's
you know
the
what?
thing.
They're entitled to their beliefs.
They are.
Even if they're wrong, misguided, whatever.
But it sounds like you're telling me I'm not entitled to question them, challenge them away. They're never going to be challenged or questioned.
Only if somebody starts feeling uncomfortable, asks you to go
then
away.
it's okay.
No, and asks you to go away. If you go away, then great.
But the
Then
first
it's
thing
fine.
I do when I talk to them is I politely ask them to go away. I don't like that.
Well, if you walked up to anybody and you said go away, how would they feel?
I know.
They would feel uncomfortable.
I would never do that to anybody but Jehovah's Witnesses.
Right. So you're picking on a group.
I'm illustrating a point. Fine. You know what? if you need to call it that, that's fine. Okay, I have to
You're
admit that.
focusing in on our
But
group. You're proactively seeking.
Can I also say that I'm illustrating a point in the process?
You are.
That people like me that want to illustrate.
At the same time, though.
You tell me how else I can illustrate the point. I'll be happy to do it. But
well,
this is I'm
it's
making
not my journey though. This is your journey. This is your journey.
That's
right?
what I'm saying too. So
I'm going to suggest to you this path that you're choosing is somewhat problematic.
It is
because you keep having to talk.
Well,
about
what path isn't problematic? You know, I mean,
whatever.
What's
however, you know, you can sort of walk upstream or walk
being
downstream.
Being lied to is problematic.
You could walk upstream or you could walk downstream.
Insisting that people tell the truth about me is problematic because all I'm doing is telling the truth about them in a way that no one's really doing. A few people are. Like I like go to YouTube, type Jehovah's Witnesses lie, threaten, assault, and see for yourself.
Maybe I don't necessarily need one.
I know you don't need to. It's my life. It's just your 20 minutes out of your shift, but it is my life. Like 25 years of my life are gone because of how powerful their cult nonsense is.
Gone. You know what? I'm going to say you learned something.
I did. You
learned something.
I did.
I
don't want to cry. You're right.
You learned about something you don't like.
Tell me how to say that better. Yeah.
Right?
I don't want to cry.
About something you don't like. And that's a good thing because you know what to avoid.
I do.
Right?
And like I'm picturing myself at 17, and if somebody had shown me things that I'm being shown now, once upon a time, I would have been able to make a more informed decision. And if there's one thing we can do in terms of taking advantage of technology today, it's making informed decisions, challenging ourselves, challenging our assertions about ourselves in the world.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's just how one goes about it. That's all.
Okay.
Stuart, you know?
So
we won't be called back here today.
No, you won't be called back today.
Brilliant.
And I'll tell you what, I'll give it a rest for a couple of days because there's other ways, there's other avenues, comments and other videos and stuff. It's sort of an online community, and we all bring something to the table. I bring footage like this to the table, but I guess if it gets too hot, I got to cool off. So we rotate. It works pretty good.
So
yeah.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
After I'm finished with you, and I'm
go home. I'm gonna go home.
No, yeah, no, but I'm gonna go back to that gentleman because I need his name.
Right.
Right. Just as you approached, I was getting his name.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna tell him that you've agreed to leave. I'm not getting into what you told me with him either.
Cool.
Right.
He doesn't want to know.
I didn't share.
I guarantee you, he doesn't want to know what I've said. No, he doesn't want to know what I said to you about his religion.
What I'm trying to illustrate,
that I can promise you.
What I'm trying to illustrate, Stuart, is fairness.
Right.
When I met you, you asked me what he said.
Right.
And I told you I wasn't going to tell you.
Right.
So he's going to be treated the same way.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I trust you. I don't trust them to tell the truth about what's going on
Fair
there.
enough.
Yeah. Because you've been really honest with me.
I'm trying to.
This is how people communicate. You have human beings trying to communicate with cult members, and it's a different story. That's all I'm saying, my brother.
Stuart.
Thank you, sir. Whoops, sorry.